April 20, 2021. Faruk Fodiansa enters a black vehicle in Istanbul. All he is carrying is a backpack. There are documents, a laptop and a flash drive with $2 billion worth of cryptocurrencies on it. He is the CEO of the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in Turkey and is 27 years old. However, he will not be working today. Now he is running away. Videos of Faruk peacefully going through passport control at the Istanbul airport will be all over Turkish news in a matter of hours. Along with $2 billion, the exchange that hundreds of thousands of people trust will disappear. The most significant cryptocurrency scandal in Turkey's history will be symbolized by those subdued photos of his getaway. But can he truly disappear forever and escape punishment for betraying the confidence of a whole country? Turkey's economy is in disarray in 2017. For the 7th year in a row, the lira is declining. The range of inflation is 15 to 30%. People's faith in state institutions and banks is fast eroding. In the midst of this volatility, cryptocurrencies appear to be the ideal remedy. Bitcoin continues to rise, having recently surpassed the $7,000 milestone. The desire to invest their savings in something that will not depreciate quickly is growing among Turks. At this point, Faruk Fodiansa, a 23-year-old from Istanbul, makes the decision to take advantage of this situation. He and his brothers start a small cryptocurrency exchange named CoinEx with $11,000 in beginning funds. It costs about $6,000 to open a cryptocurrency exchange in Turkey officially. The site appears straightforward, has a simple user interface and has a little trade volume. However, Turkey still lacks a crucial component, a comprehensive national cryptocurrency buying platform. Faruk desired to seize this location. Faruk is not a trader or a tech specialist, but he does know how to establish trust. He spends an additional $5,000 on advertising rather than technology. Street billboards advertising CoinEx are going to be replaced by Thodex, the new name that was chosen following a 2019 revamp. YouTube, Instagram and television all start running advertisements. Well-known Turkish actresses also start endorsing Thodex, saying they are using the platform to trade in cryptocurrencies. Not just the brand attracts users. Top traders will receive bonuses, freebies and special rewards from the exchange, including branded goods, kittens, MacBooks, iPhones and even a Porsche. Additionally, Faruk makes cryptocurrency accessible to the general public. He installs the first Bitcoin ATMs in Turkey, which allow users to purchase Bitcoin with cash directly on the street. Thodex makes it possible for people without extra money to invest by allowing credit card purchases of cryptocurrency. This makes the exchange a mass market magnet and immediately boosts deposit volume. Thodex expands its workforce to 85 workers and establishes a central office in the business center of Istanbul. Faruk is branded the face of Turkish crypto and the business starts to appear like a major participant. But underneath this, nobody sees what is really important. Faruk is already laying the groundwork for a complex scheme that will soon bring down this empire and disappear with billions of user dollars. By early 2021, Thodex will have more than 700,000 users. Every day the platform processes tens of millions of transactions. Faruk starts a significant marketing push at the height of this enthusiasm, promising to give away millions of Dogecoins to new members. The excitement increases. Elon Musk continues to tweet about Dogecoin as it becomes popular on Reddit and TikTok. Expecting free cryptocurrency, people swarm to Thodex. However, most people receive nothing after joining up. No Dogecoin, no bonus. Customer service is quiet. Another shock strikes as users start to recuperate. The Turkish Central Bank said on April 16 that cryptocurrency payments would be prohibited beginning on April 30. Panic breaks out. Users of Thodex rush to withdraw, but transactions halt or fail due to system lag. Then Faruk makes another move. Thodex starts a fresh campaign on April 17, which is only a day after the central bank statement. Dogecoin is available for 20 cents instead than 29, a 30% reduction. It appears to be a fantastic chance. The exchange sells more than $500 million worth of Dogecoin in a single day. Reaching a record $17 billion, the total trade volume soars. In Thodex's history, this is the most significant day. And it is the final one. Thodex then freezes withdrawals on the pretense of technical issues. The website is still operational. Trades seem to be completed. However, nobody can cash out. When someone tries to call assistance, they get generic messages regarding a brief disruption. Simultaneously, an odd occurrence occurs within the organization. Internal systems are no longer accessible to staff members, including the finance and technology departments. Management communication breaks down. Farouk cannot be reached. Not only do users get confused, but the team as a whole becomes terrified. It will only become evident later. The promotion of Dogecoin was not a publicity stunt. It was the last action in a well-thought-out scheme to take out as much liquidity as possible before going extinct. The strategy was carried out and Thodex was about to implode. Thodex users unexpectedly get an alarming message on April 20, 2021. For maintenance, the exchange will be temporarily unavailable. No timeline, no explanation, no details. Most significantly, no account access. People are unable to get help or withdraw their money. Surveillance footage appears the following day. Farouk Answer 27 is pictured going through passport control at the Istanbul airport. He takes off for Albania. According to reports, he has a flash drive in his backpack that has billions of platform-owned cryptocurrency. Thodex posts a statement in the interim. The exchange has temporarily halted operations in order to negotiate with a foreign investor. Farouk says he will be back in a few days. However, the site disappears. The pledges also do this, as well as the users' funds. The Turkish government opens a probe right away. Interpol steps in by sending a red notice when prosecutors formally contact Albanian authorities. Consequently, the search for Farouk becomes an international endeavor. Farouk's brother and sister are among the 83 individuals involved in the swap who are being held in Turkey. However, Farouk is still missing. In the summer of 2022, Albanian police receive a tip regarding a suspicious black BMW X5 parked outside a modest property in the seaside town of Vlor following a year of searching. They start monitoring. When Farouk leaves the house a few days later, he is promptly taken into custody. He admits under interrogation that he only used money supplied by family members and that he lived in impoverished areas. He vehemently opposes extradition, claiming that he is afraid of an unjust prosecution in Turkey. However, it finally becomes evident that going back is unavoidable. Farouk is extradited to Istanbul in April 2023 and shows up in court while handcuffed. He and his attorney contend that Thodex was a lawful state-regulated business that failed because of market volatility and frequent hacking attacks, neither of which the company ever revealed. This was not fraud, he said. Farouk claims that he left the nation merely to obtain funds and locate new investors in an attempt to make up for his losses, but he was unable to return because of Interpol's red alert. He also mentioned that he gave more than 1,000 people a refund of $10 million. But the results of the inquiry paint a totally different picture. Whitestream's blockchain analysts claim that between August 2020 and February 2021, Farouk covertly moved 5,000 bitcoins valued at more than $125 million to the US exchange Kraken in little regular amounts. Later, prosecutors disclosed that more money had been exchanged for dollars and euros and sent through bank accounts in Albania, Cyprus, and Turkey, frequently through shell corporations connected to Farouk's family. That is probably why his sister and brother were taken into custody. Economists estimate that up to $2.5 billion are still in Chile wallets. However, that money is effectively lost and over 400,000 people will not be able to get their money back until Farouk chooses to make them public. 11,196 years in jail for fraud, money laundering and operating a criminal organization is the court's startling decision, which is delivered in September 2023. The verdict was more than just a penalty. It served a symbolic payback for the embarrassment the nation had endured. Farouk, however, continues to fight in court, make appeals, and hope that he will one day be free. The greatest crimes were never caught on camera until now. This channel takes you deep into the minds of masterminds, where every move is calculated and every silence is a message. If you are obsessed with perfect heists, criminal genius, and the truth they tried to bury, then you belong here. Subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss any upcoming video.